Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We are live with another Avant Trading Forex live stream edition. And yeah, we're rocking and rolling. I'm already up $3 on gold here, longs. They're looking good. Let me pull over my MetaTrader, so that way you guys can see my entry on why I took it and where. I'll pull it over in a second because I'm actually sharing my window and not my screen. So I'll show you on the trading view first, and then I will show you on MetaTrader. However, my entry is right there at that bottom wick. Let me move. Cool. Good morning, fam. Yeah, so my entry long on gold is right here. The price is different on my MetaTrader than on TradingView, but it is around 1843.60 right in here, and we're pushing away nicely from it. Reason being is this 1844 level has been a pretty major pivot point for gold. You look at the 4 hour in here. Look at the 4 hour, and the last 4 4-hour candles rejected there. This whole consolidation was rejecting there. Rejection wick here, wick there, and so on and so forth. So this 1844 was just a pretty major level of support, and so I hopped on the 15-minute, 5-minute, saw that we were rejecting it pretty heavily yesterday and this morning. And so on the 5-minute I entered, as we were hopping back down right in here, pushing into this zone, I figured I'll take a flyer here as a long, assuming we get a nice push like we have on the other ones. And so I took a long with my stop literally just being, right as it started breaking those wicks. Held up nicely, didn't break those wicks, and now I'm in profit pretty decently. I'm up 2,500 right now. This thing should run. I like the push to 1850. 1850 is where I want to see it go to. Typically, when it leaves this area, it has a nice run out of it. 1850 is a psychological whole number that I think we could gravitate towards. Especially, I think we can get a little bit of a short squeeze and profit taking. Looking at the last 24 hours, a lot of selling. Had a little bit of a pop in here off of support. Lot of selling. So I think that we can get a nice pop back up at least into this 30-minute, this hourly exhaustion zone right in here where we have a lot of support and resistance. So 1850 is the target for my gold long right now. And yeah, we'll just see what happens. I'm leaving my stop below the wicks in here. I believe that it's going to hold up and continue up. I'm not looking for this small scalp. I'm looking for a bigger move to 1850, so I'm willing to risk what I went in with to potentially get the big move that I want. Pound yen, I'm currently long pound yen, but keeping an eye on it. I think it should respect and hold 159.800. Looking at the overall structure and trend, the last few weeks have been an obvious downtrends, but now lately we've been accumulating and resting from that multi-week downtrend in here, and now we're consolidating and bouncing in this wedge. And so we just had left the bottom end of this range of 159 this morning. We had a nice sell-off from the top here, nice sells overnight, and now we're pushing off of it away. So I'd expect us action wick to this 159.500 level, which is where we rejected before in here and in here. Last time we rejected in here, we had a nice run. So I'd expect us to reject in here as well, close bullish engulfing. My entry is at 159.803. So it was right as it was breaking that bullish engulfing candlestick on the 15-minute is when I entered. right here. My stops at the bottom end of this range in here, and then I'm looking for a pushback up to 160-ish. I still think you could have a little bit of a run into like 160, 250, 160, 500 to the upper end of this range here, but I'm just looking for a quick 20, 30 pip move in here because it is pretty tight in here. The range is pretty tight, so I'm not looking for a huge move, but I do think we have a little bit more upside to it. Let me bring over my MT4 now. Give me 1 second while I figure out how to do that. Let's see, hang on. Yeah, here we go. All right. I think you can see it now. Let's check this out real quick. No. I didn't push it. Transition. Boom. You should be able to see it now. And let me make sure. Good. Cool. You can see it now. So yeah, this is my gold chart right in here. I hope the quality is okay. You can at least see my entry. If it's not, I'll switch it back over in a second. Yeah, so you see my entry. I took a long here on gold. Stops right below all of these wicks, including the bottom wick from yesterday in here. Risking about 1,500 off of this to make around $5,000 or so. So it's a nice play. It's still holding up really well. If it starts rolling over back into my entry point, I'll probably close half, manage a little better, so I don't risk my full 1,500. But however, it is looking good so far. Pound yen. Here's my entry. It was also based off the hourly chart. Hourly chart was closed very bullish, started pushing down. I just rejected up here and started pushing bullish. So when I also took my entry, looking at the 15-minute, you can see after it closed bullish engulfing here, I took my entry as it wicked down, started breaking the high, and now we're pushing up into my take profit. So let's see. It's about to hit my take profit, and if it grab my order, if it could grab my order, it would be great. This one I stop to break even just in case. All right, stops to break even. That thing better push up to hit my order. Not gonna come that close and reverse from there. It will. It'll hit my order. So let's watch this hit my order real quick, and then we'll switch back over to the trader view. And after this hits my order, I actually might move my gold stop to break even. All right, so pound yen hit my order. I just made $2,000 on that. So nice $2,000 play on pound yen. Let's take a look at gold. Gold's rolling over a little bit, still up about 1,200. Not sure what I want to do here. It has a lot. My issue is it has a lot of rejection on both sides. It's not the best place to trade, not the best range to trade. A lot of upside wicks, a lot of downside wicks. The hourly's now rolling over. But the 4 hour still rejecting a major zone. It's tough, right? It's really tough. 4 hours still rejecting that zone. 5 minutes flat. It's just tough. I'll probably move my I moved my stop up a little bit. I still like this gold play. But yeah, we'll move it up a little bit below these wicks in here. So we're risking a little less. I'll give back half of what I just made on pound yen. That's what I'm going to do. I'm willing to give back half of what I made, because the potential is greater. So here's the thing. I also want to talk about it real quick. I'm doing about the challenge. Let me transition back to the trading view. All right, cool. So what I'm doing is I'm doing and I know you know FAM, we've talked about it, but I'm letting the stream know what the deal is. So I'm doing a challenge account. I feel like in the industry right now, a lot of people don't really have the funds to build up a big trading account and make some money. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a challenge account as well. I've done many of these before, just showing people how it works, how to go about passing the challenge. And I think it'd be a good idea to create a educational series on the YouTube channel, how to pass a funded account, and I'm going to do it with you. So I'm on phase 1 right now. Actually, let me bring you over MT4 again real quick, and we'll look at it together. All right, so cool. So here's the MT4. I'm not sure if the quality, I hope the quality is okay. It doesn't look the best, but I won't stay on here long. I'm not sure why it doesn't look that great. Maybe because it's white. See if that fixed it at all. Not really. Cool. Anyways, moving on. So the challenge account, what it is you have to go through a series of phases. If gold closes below those wicks, are you playing short? Yes, if gold closes below all these wicks on the it's tough, right? Because it's a big rejection zone. I will definitely consider the shorts if it closes below. If it closes below 1843.60 on my MT4, somewhere amongst these wicks, I will definitely look for shorts. But I might look for shorts only if the hourly closes. It's tough, right? Because the 4-hour closes at 9 a.m. Eastern, and the 4-hour, it's still a major rejection zone. So I'm not sure I want to look for shorts unless we get a close below this area here on the 4-hour, because the 4-hour is still open for another hour and 45 minutes, and we could still easily reject this area and continue up. Even if the 15 or 30 minute closes below here, it could easily go right back up, because that would then still be a 4-hour rejection, which is the major time frame. So not really sure. I'm going to hop in on the shorts unless we get a 4-hour close below. Then I'll look for the shorts. It's too many rejections here, and we've been pushing down pretty heavily since the top in here. In one day, and then the second day continuation, that we're stalling a little bit here, so we could get a little bit of profit taking, maybe a little bit of a short squeeze. So not going to participate unless the 4-hour closes below. And anyway, so basically what the challenge is you can, so I'll pull it up actually. Let me share a different screen so you can see right here that my account, well, bring it over in a second. T4, cool. Transition. So my Forex funds is what you should do. It's what there's many other ones, but this is the best one to give you actual live capital. And so programs, evaluation. So yeah, here are the rules. So it's a 2-step process. So if you can get funded 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, and there's a 2-stage process. So I'm right now doing 100,000, And so in order to get funded 100,000, there's a couple targets and rules. The first phase, the first challenge, is you have to make 8% on your account in order to move on to the second stage. Meaning, if I'm trading 100,000, I have to get the balance up to 108,000 and close it out. And then, assuming I pass all the rules, then I'll move on to stage 2. But what the rules are, while I'm trying to make that $8,000, is I can't have my equity, my drawdown from my open. So if I start with 100,000, right? My balance can't draw down in that one day I'm trading by more than $5,000. So I can't draw down my account to $95,000 in one day. So that's your daily drawdown limit, $5,000. And then if I close at $102,000 the next day, and then I come the next day I'm at $102,000, then I can't draw down my account to $97,000. It's a floor. The floor rises with you. So if you can only still lose only $5,000. Overall drawdown, $12,000. And that's a floor as well. So I have a $100,000 account. I can't draw. At any point the account can't go down to it would be $88,000, which is minus $12,000. Then I lose the account. That's a floor also. And so you can't draw down $5,000, you can't draw down $12,000, and you have to pay $499 in order to get access to this challenge. Once you reach the $8,000 profit target, and then you obey all these rules, you then move on to phase 2. Phase 2, you only have to make $5,000. Same rules apply. The drawdown, the daily drawdown, the overall drawdown, but you only have to make $5,000. Also keep in mind that in order to pass the 2 phases, you have to have a minimum trading days of 5 days. Once you pass the $5,000, you are now, congratulations, a funded trader, and they will give you $100,000 to trade with live money. So that's what I'm doing, and it's a huge opportunity for people who don't have capital to trade with, and you only need to put down $500 in order to make $100,000. But do be careful; it's a lot harder than it sounds. Maybe 5% of people who attempt challenges actually pass. Anybody who passes, maybe 5% of those people actually get paid out. So it's very, very tough and mentally exhausting. But as long as you are able to maintain your composure and your mental stability, then you'll be all right. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you how I do it, how I've passed many and everything, and we're going to do this one together from start from phase 1, phase 2, funded, and then including the payout. So I'm going to do all this with you guys and show you how I've passed many and how it's the best way to do it. So rule number 1 is the most important part of passing the challenges. Don't draw down more than 3% in one day, and that's an absolute max. I do 2% usually. If you're a gunslinger and start pushing towards that 5,000 day limit, you're already mentally effed in the toilet, and it's gonna be tough to come out of that hole.
No.
So I like to keep it around 2,000, minus 2,000 a day. Trading a challenge, you're going to have to do a certain thing, right? Because you have risk parameters you have to follow. I recommend risking no more than 1% per trade. Now, obviously, give or take a little bit. If you want to, the most important part of trading is obviously having the correct stop loss. So if I took a long in here, and my 1% is only like, let's say 8.8 pips, right? So this would be my stop. That's not giving me enough room because it's not below the wicks. And so I'll be like, all right, well, let's put it down here, and I'll risk like 1.2%, $1,200. So that's okay. Make sure you have the right stop, the right level. That's the most important part. But yeah, so risk 1% per trade, and then no more than 3% for the day, max 3%, and then you'll be able to stay in the game. I keep it at 2% though. If I have 2 losses and I'm at 2%, then I'm done for the day. And then there's another trading day the next day. So don't get greedy and don't get too excited to see that profit and stuff. So keep it cool. Oh wow, whoa. That was a big stop hunt. That was a 1 second. Yeah, so what you just saw was a massive stop hunt, and I bet you this thing closes right back above 1844. 1 second, guys. Yeah, so look at this 1 minute on gold. This 1 minute on gold, there's a GDP growth rate, something 830. Is that big stuff? No, no, it's not. That's the second. If you look at the GDP, that's a preliminary. There's 3 phases of GDP. There's advanced, preliminary, and final. Advanced is the one that comes out first. That's gonna be the most important one and will have the most impact. This one is not. I wouldn't worry about this one myself, so I'm not really paying attention to that. But this gold play right here, there's obviously a ton of stops below these wicks, a ton. And so you saw this 1 minute bar, huge. I watched this thing, and this thing skipped down, and so this thing was massive. So what happened was, I lost double. At least I moved my stop up. So I lost what I originally was going in losing, but I moved my stop up to only lose half. But I ended up losing double my half and the whole amount because it swept me all the way down here. But I took another long right in here because when I watched this happen, you can tell when things move that fast and that erratically, and it's through a very important level. That's just all that is a stop hunt. Took all the orders and is now running the other way. So I took another long on gold, and yeah, and my risk is just going to be if it starts pushing actually back down below these lows. If it actually starts pushing back below these lows, it's a stop hunt, running back up a little bit, and then it'll start continuing its move down. So we could have a really nice potential move in gold one way or the other in a second. That was very frustrating. But yeah, so should have another nice move up. But if it does start pushing back below these lows in here, then it stopped everybody out, baited people in. It triggered all these stop orders, pushing up now to stop them out, and then it'll continue its way down. So this could be either a stop hunt to continue back up towards 1850, or a stop hunt stopping all the longs out. It triggered all the sell stops below this level, pushing back up to stop them out, and then it's going to run back down fully. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on this price action here to see what it's going to do. So if it starts pushing below this area right here, I'm going to flip short, assuming that this. So I've seen this happen a lot. Where you have such a strong level of support. There's a ton of orders under it. I mean a ton of orders. So what you saw was a massive grab of liquidity. Like I mentioned, stopping all the longs out, running up, stopping all the sell stops out, and now it's most likely going to continue back down now. So, yeah. So looking at the higher time frame in here, I like to move back down into. I'll show you on TradingView. I was looking at MetaTrader. The only problem is we're running into such a major area of rejection right here that we just dipped into. So it's a very sticky, very dangerous area to play with gold. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it here. Not really sure what I want to do yet. So the 15 and 30 minute both closed below this area of wicks that we were talking about, fam. And I know that I said I was waiting for the 4 hour as well. And my problem is this wick right here just dipped into this massive level of support in here. And that's a very, very, very big level of support, 1840, 1841 on the 4 hour. So there's not much room for it to go down from here. Maybe 19, 20 pips, but that's it. So I'm not really sure I want to take a long or a short here, but I don't really want to take a long here either. So I'm just going to sit on my hands for a second. And let it figure itself out. So just hanging out, watching gold, seeing what it does. Keep an eye on this 30-minute here. This could be one of the plays that I really like, that I play often. Is you have this big area of liquidity. It breaks through, bullish engulfing back up. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on these potential gold longs in about 15 minutes after it closes. I'm going to be looking for an entry at this bearish open right here, 1844 100. Only if this closes bullish engulfing, I'll want to see it retest, push away, maybe do a push here, retest 1844 100, and then go up to 1850 from there. So that's going to be my big play of the day. Daily chart rejected 30% fib, and I'm looking at it right. Let's check. Yeah. Daily chart rejected around the 38.2, 50%. The wick was at the 50, but it's still, if it closes above the 38.2, then I consider that a 38.2% rejection. It's really for me where the bodies close, not where the wicks are. But yeah, you are correct. 38% fib. But we'll have to see what happens on the 15 or 30 minute. What I'd like to see is the 15-minute close bullish engulfing, the next 15-minute run up to 1846, which will give us a 30-minute bullish engulfing as well. And then I'd like to see the next 15-minute come back, retest this area, then we can head up to 1850. But we have about 8 minutes left. We have about 8 minutes left, so we'll know then. Alrighty. Alright.
Oh, it looks like a good long.
What, gold?
Look at that what you chart you have up. They went down and grabbed liquidity and
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I want to see this close bullish engulfing, because then it'll be the setup that I like.
gold looks like a short.
Yeah, I'm waiting for we'll see in 5 minutes, then I'll know. If it closes where it's at, then I like the shorts. If it closes bullish engulfing, then I'll look for longs. My guess is that it gets a squeeze from here. Right. Alright, alright.
I like the oil long.
Oil long. Let's check out oil. Damn.
4 hour.
Look at all these 4-hour wicks. Ugh.
It's kind of wedging up into
Mm.
the.
Damn.
See that wedge?
Yeah, yeah. I like that wedge. But it's just too many rejections for me to even want to play with it. Alright, gold. 3 minutes. Give me that bullish engulfing. Come on now. Oh man. Patience is a virtue. Let the setup come to you. I was about to start chasing gold and getting chopped around in here, and then I sat back, sat on my hands, took a breather, and now I'm gonna let the setup come to me. I want this bullish engulfing. And like I said, the next 15 minute, I want a push up to 1846, and then I'll like to see a pullback to retest 1844, 1844, 100, which is that open of that bearish candle, and then we'll get a push to 1850. So if I don't get that, then if I don't get that in the next 15 minutes, then I will reanalyze to see where we're really at. $30 seconds. It's looking good for this move. Yeah, look at all these bearish candlesticks, small bodies, massive wicks. I think we get a nice, huge 1 hour squeeze to 1850. It looks like right for it. but we have 2 seconds. So now I'm going to have to wait for the 30 minutes to close. This 15 minute didn't give me a full bullish engulfing. 30 minutes still open. So what I'll need to see is a 30 minute close above 1844.70, this area here, and then I'll look for longs. If this next, so I'm going to wait another 15 minutes, because then if this next 15 minutes starts breaking through this low right here, then you can get a nice squeeze back down for this wick fill. So that's what I'm going to keep in mind as well. You can get a nice quick 17 pip move if this 15 minute candle breaks this low. You can expect a nice wick fill down to 1840. So going to keep an eye on that move as well. Ooh, yeah, this would be a great trade for pound AUD in a second. So if you take a look at the chart in here, you have a high right here, a high right here, and then all of these highs right here. You had a really strong bullish candlestick push above it. Now you had a massive bearish engulfing. We're pushing away from it. When we come back and retest 17777, this area right in here, I'm going to look for a short for a big push down, because this was right here as well a pretty big liquidity grab. So you'd expect a retest of this bullish push. Looking at the hourly chart as well gives us that bullish engulfing liquidity grab as well. So could have a nice continuation down on a retest and then push. Let's take a look at gold. Gold still respecting. Yeah, nice push. I think gold's gonna do what I'm looking for. Could have some nice longs coming in soon. Just gotta be patient. Patience, patience, patience. All right, fam, what do you got? 1 hour looks like a head and shoulders to me. 1 hour. Let's check out the 1 hour. Nah, meh. Nah, too many humps. I mean, it could be sure. If you, it's like it's all. I mean, the problem is you have one hump here, and this hump actually almost retested the high in here. Then you have. Oh, 1 second. All right, or maybe additional deconstructed marshmallow. Yeah, probably a little more like that. There's too much going on for a clean head and shoulders. I mean, I can understand what you're looking at, but it's not clean enough for me, personally. Gold's setting up really beautifully, and what I like even more is that it's setting up into the 820 volume. So we'll have 8 o'clock close, which will give us this 30-minute bullish engulfing, and then we could have a nice 5-minute push up, reject 1846, 5-minute push down, retest that liquidity zone, and then 820 volume gives us that massive push up. So I'm liking gold. Longs. Very nice. Very nice. Gold setting up nicely over here, everybody. Setting up very nice. Alrighty. Six minutes till the 30-minute close and the hourly close. Yeah, I'm really liking this squeeze up for this 820 volume. Really liking it. Lot of massive rejection in this 1844 zone, which is the area I mentioned that I was talking about. Really big liquidity grab below all of these wicks where a lot of orders were placed, whether they were sell stops or stop loss orders. A lot of them taken out, all of them taken out probably. And then we have this nice 30-minute engulfing back up. We had the 15-minute close below, 30-minute golfing back up. So look for a retest of this candlestick to then have a big squeeze up into 820. Alrighty. Should be really nice. Yeah, and if you're trading futures, the level is 1842.60. Give me 1 second. Gotta use the restroom real quick. Alrighty, and I'm back with resuming the Vant and Rant Forex live stream, brought to you by Vant Trading and your head Forex and commodity trader Tyler. All right, cool. About 3 minutes. Gold is really priming itself for this big, massive push up. Going to get a massive squeeze, I believe. I believe we're going to get a massive squeeze in gold, push up. You know what? Belief is a hell of a drug. My belief will push gold up. I am chilly. Chilly. All right. Go gold. Let's go gold. I believe that we can. I believe that gold will push. All right. Gotta be patient. Patience. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Pound AUD. Interesting. Pound AUD, potential nice shorts in here. Really where it's sitting at now. Euro JPY, I like longs on a pullback to this 135.750 area. Longs to in this area for a push up towards the upper end here would be a nice play. Get a potential 650 pips out of that. We'll leave this here. Seems like there's a lot of liquidity grabs out there today. Pound AUD has one. GBP USD has one. Gold has one. Oil's next. Got blood pumping. So do some exercises. All right, and it closed. Of course it did. Closed bullish engulfing. I'd like to see, so we'll get 8 a.m. volume in here. I'd like to see a pullback into this area right here, take a long for a push up to, 1856. We'll see how much momentum it has behind it. But that's the start of the downtrend in here, so that's where I'd like to see a push. So let's see if we can get this pullback here. All right. I'm going to keep an eye on the 30-minute entry. I'll probably take half at the 30-minute entry. And then if it starts pushing down into the 15-minute entry, which is about 6 pips away, then I'll execute my second half. What we've got here is failure to communicate. Alrighty. So we're gonna, looks like we're retesting this descending trend line to then push down into that 1844 zone, and then to push up to 1856. 56. What we've got here is a failure to communicate. Cool. 5-minute pulling back on gold. Keep an eye on it. I'd love to get a entry into the 820 volume push up. All right, wait to see if we can get this gold pull back. I actually want to set a sell stop. I'm going to set a sell stop. At the 30-minute entry. Stops would be below the 30-minute candle. Not a sell stop. No wonder. I was like, wait, why does it not let me play? I just did a sell stop. All right, that would have sucked. That would have really sucked. Buy limit. That would have really sucked. All right, cool. Buy limit is placed. Stop loss is below the 30-minute candle. Cool. It better not swerve me. All right, so this is where I'm sitting right now. My buy stop is going to be sitting right here at this 30-minute candlestick open. That the 30-minute candlestick that pushed down. Stop loss is going to be at the 30-minute low, so about 19 pips. My take profit will be around 3 to 1, pushed back up to these highs in here, and then we'll see if it has enough momentum in the 820 volume to push us up into my overall take profit of 1856. So we shall see. We shall see. Good. It's pushing down. This is a risky play, by the way. So if you're not down for a risky play, then I would not recommend taking this. I'm comfortable with this loss, I've accepted the potential loss in here. I like the thesis on this play. So the only issue is it could be whatever what it did yesterday, grind down like this. The only difference is we didn't get a liquidity grab like we got today. So that's kind of what I'm basing my play off of. All right, so it triggered my order on the low in here. So yeah, so let's see what it does. So we are going to see if we can get this 820 push. So it retested the open of this 30-minute candle, and so now see if we can get a push up from here in a drive. Alrighty, so here's how we're going to play this. The thing about liquidity grabs and what I'm doing right now is at any point in this move, it should not cross back below the liquidity zone. Sorry, let me delete all these drawings that annoys me. So at any point within this move, we shouldn't cross back below the liquidity zone, meaning we shouldn't break this body's close, this body's close. We shouldn't break below. So basically, we shouldn't break below this level that I just drew in here, which is on my chart 1843.77. But yeah, so we're in long. My stop is at this 30-minute low, but I'm not going to let it go that far, because if we actually do start breaking below this level in here, then it's an invalid move anyway, and it's not what I was looking for. So we are in profit. It is pushing up. So actually, let me see what my actual fill was due to spread, because obviously it's spread. So yeah, right around here. My stop's going to be, I'm going to put my stop right below that level, right in here. So there's my entry, there's my stop. And then my take profit, my overall, one second. All right, getting a little bit of a 5-minute push away from here, what I'd like to see. So we really should not be returning back to that area. At this point, we should be pushing away into that 820, about 5 minutes until 820. So I'd like to see a little bit of buffer into that 820 move to push us up. I love our entry. We bottom, I bottom ticked that retest, so we should get a nice push out of here. At this point, I might actually move my stop below this 5-minute pullback in here. At this point, we already retested this liquidity grab, so we shouldn't come back down here. So I might move my stop up below this 5-minute pullback. Yeah, so my new stop is, it's right around here somewhere. The problem is that the prices don't match. But yeah, so I really wouldn't want to see us come back down. We've already did our retest. So if we break below this 15-minute low, because the 15-minute just closed, I expect a little bit of what we're doing now, give us a little bit of this wick fill, but we shouldn't break that low. We should respect that low. So I'm okay with where we're at now as far as my stop loss. Gotta manage your trades. All right, let's see here. And one of the only reasons I'm actually managing this trade is because A, it's just been a choppy, ugly day overall, and B, we do have a lot of rejections up in this area. Like it's not clean by any means. If this was a lot cleaner of a trade, then I would just set and forget and not be managing my trade. But it's really not that clean at all. So I am that's why I am managing this trade a little bit. Yes, a nice retest. So that was a nice 15-minute wick fill. We should start pushing up from here. If you missed this entry, now's not a bad entry if you're comfortable with it. If you don't like this entry, then as it starts breaking its own 15-minute high, it could be a good entry. 820s in 2 minutes, and we should get a nice volume push out of that, hopefully up. But we'll see where we're at heading into that next minute and a half, because nice push. All right, so we have 40 seconds to late 20, and we are pushing up out of that zone again. 15 minutes looking like it's having some rejection in here. So I do like the squeeze up into 820. And then after this trade, I'm going to hop off and let you go because this is the last trade of the day for me. It's just been pretty choppy today. A lot of liquidity grabs, a lot of reversals. But we managed our risks. We managed our risk okay today. So 10 seconds left. So we do have a nice reversal out of here. So we should have a nice 820 volume push up, pushing up nicely into it, getting this nice acceleration, and it's 820, and we are pushing up pretty good. I expect a stronger push out of here. I'm going to move my stop up a little bit. I expect a stronger push still. Pulling back, not getting that 820 push I wanted, but it's still respecting. My stop's below this 5-minute pullback. I'm only risking half of what I was expecting to risk. Yeah, so we'll see. It should respect its structure, but if it breaks that 5-minute pullback, then the move's not what I wanted. So we are still up though, up $600, but not what I'm looking for at all. So I'm just gonna hold it. problem is we're stuck in this nasty range here and it's just struggling to do anything. Just ugly, ugly, ugly. A lot of rejections in here. If we can get out of this range, we'll have a nice squeeze up. I still think we'll have one. It's just, it's struggling right now. But yeah, we'll see. But just retest that low again on the 5 minute. So it's still respecting the lows. Should get a nice push up from here. And we had the hourly bullish engulfing, 30-minute bullish engulfing, 15-minute bullish engulfing, out of this zone in here, out of this liquidity grab. Definitely in a choppy zone, but we'll see where it goes from here. I'm just going to kind of leave my levels and just let it play out from here. So I'm going to leave you at that. Hopefully it pushes up from here, but we'll see. Safe trading out there today. It's pretty choppy. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow.